Hey gamers, Rick here for Game Trade Media. We're at Reno's, what is this place? The Pepper Mill.
Yes.
It's beautiful. It's such a beautiful place. We're here at GAMA, which is the big board game and tabletop trade show. And speaking of, where publishers come and meet with retailers, and we've got a publisher here, Jeff from Atlas Games, and we're going to talk about something a little different.
Yeah, so the White Box is a project that we did last year, and it is not a game. It is a game design kit. We call it a workshop in a box, and the idea here is to provide something to people who are interested in designing games but do not necessarily know where to start.
Well, I love it because right on the back of the box it says, they say everyone has a game inside them, and this box is absolutely a way to get that game out of them. So let's take a look at what's inside so that we can get into this.
Yeah,
so
open
cool.
that up. So the way that we have kind of been pitching this is that it's a game design workshop in a box, and it contains two kinds of things. It contains components that you can use to prototype a game. So there's 3 sheets of punchboard in there, and some of that is blank, and some of that has got useful things that you might need for any game design. So counters numbered 1 through 10, or counters with different colors of shapes on them, or a first player counter, or whatever. And then further down the box, we've got all kinds of meeples and cubes and discs and things like that, all of which generic things that you might use across lots of different game designs.
Lots
and
of
then,
meeples.
in addition to all of that stuff, there's a book in the box, and that's a 200-some-odd page book with 25 different essays about different subjects of game design and publishing and creation. So there's a chapter on concepting, there's a chapter on why it makes no sense to keep your design secret from everyone, because that's something that a lot of designers feel like their design is going to get ripped off. And Jeremy Holcomb, who's the creator of this box and who is the author of the book, argues that that's a terrible idea because A, no one is going to steal your game design. That just does not happen in this environment. And B, you need to share your idea with other people who will help you refine it and make it good. The very best game designs that we observe out in the wild that have been published have the advantage of having lots of testers and lots of developers who have offered their opinion. That's really one of the key ways to make sure your design is great. So it's got an essay like that. It's got essays on play testing and how do you run demos of your game at a convention, and how do you find a printer, and how do you run a Kickstarter, and just all kinds of stuff like that. So the goal was to put together a box that was kind of priced where you either are buying a book and getting all this nonsense free, or you're buying all this nonsense and getting a book free. So we really want to make this a no-brain auto purchase for anyone who is remotely interested in thinking about creating a game.
So what is the price point on something?
It's $30.
$30. Amazing. And this is not just something that you can get at a show or something. This is going to be available at your local retailer?
That's in the channel now. That's been in stores starting just before Christmas. And we saw huge sales on this around Christmas time. Because it's a great gift item for parents who feel like their kids would benefit because they're always playing games and they have expressed an interest one time in doing that. Game design is a legit professional field now. So better your son or daughter should become a game designer than a professional surf bum. I think probably.
It's funny is my daughter, my oldest or my youngest daughter, who's 13, for a school project, her and one of her classmates made a board game called Don't Get Lost in Cole Sprouse House. The kid who's playing Jughead on Riverdale right now. And they took an old Clue board game, and that was Cole Sprouse's house. So this whole thing and the mechanics were, coming from my 13-year-old daughter, I was like, oh my God, what's going on here? The mechanics are very good. But had I known that this was out at that time,
right on.
This would have been something I know she would benefit from, because what a better age range to get someone involved in this, because kids their imaginations are on fire anyways. So, man, it was so good.
We've got, retailer John Stevens, whose store is near Denver, runs a program with a local gifted program at a school where he has a curriculum that he's developed for those gifted kids that shows them different games, and then they use this as part of that curriculum as well. All those kids design games, so he's bringing that out into schools and into the community in order to get some excitement around this.
Heck yeah. Well, what was it? I saw something on here It is like everybody has a game inside them.
Yep.
And I was just like, everybody does. If it's not a game, it's a story, and stories can be translated to games.
Yeah.
So this box, for anybody out there that's a creative, is absolutely a must get. And like you said, for a gift for someone that you know that is a creative, get it.
And if you feel like you already have enough dice and cubes and stuff around your house, you can also get. We've got digital editions of the book that are available that you can find through wherever it is that you buy digital books.
Sure.
So the wisdom is available also.
So good. The white box. I love it. It's also a play on, for those of you that don't know, there's a thing called the red box out there for an RPG that's really awesome, but check it out.
Right on.
Are
you going to bring me back a design next year at GAMA? This one's yours.
Oh, at GAMA? I might have something for you sooner.
At Gen Con?
Yeah.
All right, you guys.
Yeah, I'll put something together for Gen Con and I'll only use the bits that are in here. No cards, nothing.
No cards?
Just what's
here.
You know,
we got a lot of questions about why are there no cards in this. People are interested in having blank cards. And we have an answer for them. People people do not have the easy facility to buy cubes and meeples or make them at their house.
Right.
But you've got index cards. We can't possibly produce blank cards at a compelling price that is better than the index cards that you can buy off the shelf at Staples or Office Max or wherever. So
yeah. Oh, okay. Maybe I will throw some cards.
So you are blessed and allowed to have cards if you want them, for sure.
Okay. Well, then I may have some cards involved. Maybe just to have rules on this is what happens in a turn.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just use them for that purpose. But I will have something for you for Gen Con.
Awesome.
And we'll sit down and play it, and you'll be like, Jesus, Rick. So Atlas has some other cool games. We don't have them here, which is fine because we've already talked about this a couple times. Curse Court.
Yeah. Have we played that together yet?
We played it when it was just a prototype at Origins last year.
Oh, right on.
In the retailer lounge.
Well, with the cubes instead of with the crowns.
Yeah.
We've been having a lot.
I lost then too.
We've been having a lot of fun with that. Here at the trade show last night, we did a tournament for retailers, and we wanted to get them to just try the game out and have fun with it. And the game really lends itself to a tournament format, not because it is super competitive, although you can be competitive in the game if that's your personality, but it's a very clean set of rules, and you don't wind up with a lot of judgment calls. You do not need to summon a level 4 judge in order to clarify how it is that these two cards interact or whatever. But the fun thing that we did in order to sort of promote the idea of this tournament was that we gave the winner all of the Cursed Court that they can sell in a year.
That's so good.
So they got to sell it in their store. We don't want to see these all across the internet. They've got to sell it at the retail price because we think that that's what the game is worth. But the guy who won, his name is Sean. His store is called, I'm going to forget now, MWO something. I don't know. We're going to get him up on stage at our presentation for breakfast tomorrow and present that. But it was great fun. He went 3 rounds in a row and won every one of the games that he played in. And so he's going to just call us up when he needs more Cursed Court, and we're going to ship it out to him, and he can have as much as he can sell until this time next year.
And what you told me before we went on the camera here is that he hadn't played this game before. Yeah.
He came in the hour in advance of the tournament. We were just teaching people how to play it, and so he's. It looks like his shop is a very heavy Magic shop where they do lots of very kind of intense competitive games and tournaments and stuff like that. So he may just be a guy who comes from an environment where he's a very strategic, or maybe not. I don't know.
Or just
Sean
a
from
strategic
Adams
player.
Yesterday, or just a strategic player. But it's it's nice to see that you can play the game successfully without having invested a semester's worth of study. Because I don't feel like there are for sure CCGs that I could not play at a level. I can't just walk up to a Magic tournament having not played that game in 8 years and do a credible job even of remembering what order the phases come in.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy. So that also lends itself to the fact that any game, and like Curse Court, you can sit down and you can learn it very quickly and have a wonderful time playing it. And Curse Court absolutely gives you that with not just the playability, but the visual of that game is so nice. If you want to learn more about Curse Court, go to Atlas Games online at their website.
Yeah. We're at atlas-games.com is where you'll find all that, and it's all linked up in there.
And also follow Atlas Games on all their social media, Facebook, Twitter.
You can even grab, so one of the things that we did on the website for Cursed Court as an experiment is we took the 3D model files for the coins and the crowns that are in there, and we just put them on the website. So if you've got a 3D printer, you can just download your own coins and crowns and print them out. And I mean, if you're so inclined, draw out the game board on your own. I think it's probably going to save you time to just buy the box and play it, and then you'll get the art.
I agree. The art is phenomenal, and having seen it go from the prototype that we played to, I want to say it was PAX Unplugged. I go down into the hotel lobby at the hotel I'm staying at in Philly, and literally the game board Illuminati's down there. You know, there's certain individuals within our industry that I like to just say these individuals are literally the Illuminati of this industry, and they're sitting there playing this game. You're not there,
right? No.
Yeah, you're not there, but they're all sitting there playing it, and not a negative word is said about the game. And individuals amongst them that are known for not really being a board game or more miniature gaming or whatever is like, I'm buying this. I'm buying this for me and for my family. This is so good. So Cursed Court is available now.
Yep.
Yeah. So go to your local game store and pick it up. If it's not on the shelf, ask them to order it and get it to you so you can put it on your shelf and play it with all your friends and family. So that's pretty awesome. Anything else in the Atlas Games arena for 2018 that you can discuss?
I hope that this will come out in 2018. This game was pitched to me at Gen Con last year, and it came from its designer, like with all of the art and stuff in place, and it's hilarious conceptually. So this game is called Yukon Salon, and you are the operator of a hair and beauty salon, and you have two kinds of customers, lumberjacks and bears.
Perfect.
And bears need hairdos.
Sure.
And lumberjacks need their beards fixed.
Okay.
So you have two different kinds of cards like that, and then you have a handful of hairstyles. And the thing is that they're all the same. If a lumberjack wants this hairstyle, you turn it this way and put it on his chin. And if a bear wants it, you turn it the other way and put it on his head. So it's a very, and the cards work out perfectly. Like they all line up, and it's a hysterical game to play. I've got a friend who runs another game company who thinks it is the most hilarious game he has ever seen in his life.
That's awesome.
So that's one that we bought the design for and are going to bring out to the channel later this year at some point. So that will be in a tin the same size as our Hounded and Lost in Relay and that whole line there.
Okay, nice. I can relate with both bears and lumberjacks, as I have, been a lumberjack. We should
make you a promo card. Just put you on there. All of the lumberjack art is from this book from the 1800s of Iowa lumberjacks. So these are actually like actual legit people scanned out of this crazy old book.
Oh my God!
It's really funny.
That is hilarious, and I love lumberjacks because lumberjacks eat pancakes, and I love pancakes because I can put maple syrup on it. Everybody who watches Game Trade Media knows that.
Have you played Flapjacks and Sasquatches?
No.
You should look at that.
Oh my God.
Prolific Games publishes that.
All right, dang it, that's so cool. So, what are some other shows where people will be able to see you this year?
We'll be at, I think PAX East is up next. Travis Winter and his booth crew will be there, running all kinds of Cursed Court, so definitely play that there. We'll also be featuring Witches of the Revolution there, which was one of our releases from last year. That's a co-op game where you are witch covens who must cooperate to make sure the American Revolution succeeds.
Wow.
Have you played that?
No, I saw it at, I want to say, was it at PAX?
It was probably last year. That one came out around Gen Con last year.
You guys were...
We had it at Unplugged,
because I walked around and I saw a lot of... I remember seeing that one. I did not play it because I was doing all this stuff.
So we'll be at PAX, we'll be at Origins, we'll be at Gen Con, we'll do PAX Unplugged again this year. I think that's I'm certainly forgetting one that I will remember immediately once the camera's
San Diego
turned off.
Comic-Con, I know you guys...
yeah, we do San Diego Comic-Con also.
Okay. So there's lots of opportunities for y'all to actually meet some of the folks from Atlas Games at the different shows that they'll be at, if they're at a show near you or one that you tend to frequent.
And we always try to do scheduled events in those shows, so we'll have stuff that is in the program books. You can get a ticket for one of our events at Origins or at Gen Con, or you can walk up to the booth and do it, depending on whether you're a person who likes to have a plan or likes to be free.
Be free. Now, the last question I have for you in regards, so you did this great retailer tournament for Cursed Court. Is there plans to have like Cursed Court World Championships or anything like that?
Yeah, oh God, man, so I have not talked about the big thing that we're supposed to be giving away at the show here. So we have a Cursed Court promo kit that we are using to try to promote organize play events or tournaments out in stores. So Curse Court comes with 6 different colors of plastic. Right. Each set has 4 crowns and 20 coins and a scoring thing. So, and they're in traditional colors, right? There's a red and a yellow and whatever. So for the promo kit, we did 3 new colors of plastic that are intended to be given away as prizes to winners. So we've got a gold set and a silver set and a bronze set. So if you go to your friendly local game store and you play in their tournament and you win the tournament, now you have a set of gold components that you can just bring to your friend's house and like, no, just put these colors away. I'm playing with the gold chips.
Which means I've done something with this and will probably destroy all of you.
That's right.
I love it.
So it's also got, each one of these promo kits has those 3 sets of things. So there's 70 some odd pieces of plastic in there that are intended to drive as prizes.
Right.
There are 12 exclusive first player tokens. The game is one that uses kind of a button, same way poker does. And so we did an exclusive version of that there are 12 copies in there. So the idea is that pretty much everyone who shows up for an event will get one of those.
Nice.
So if you've got the game, you can have a fancy version of the thing to pass around that's got the picture of the king on there.
Right.
And we sent out, there's a poster in there. We rolled the poster. Retailers tell us they hate to get folded posters, so we invested a little bit of extra in making the box bigger and putting a tube in there and so on. And some teaching one sheets so that a retailer who is not already familiar with the game, a little extra thing to get people up to speed as some of our ideas about how to organize a tournament and get it done. So we're supposed to be handing those out for the first time here at GAMA. They are stuck up behind port congestion. I think they are in Chicago now. But we are going to, so 2 ways retailers can get those. If you're here at GAMA and would have gotten it for free from us here, give us your information and we'll just be shipping those out. Or that is available for any retailer who purchases 2 copies of the game. One of those rides along free from whatever distributors that they use. So that's available now. That'll ship when we get back from GAMA.
That's awesome. So that means probably in the future that there will be something at a show where you're going to have a big tournament.
Yeah. So we've got the Gen Con tournament is on the books in their event system. So if you're interested in playing some competitive Curse Court, you should come and be our honorary tournament grand marshal or whatever.
That would be awesome. Because I know if I played it, I wouldn't win. Traditionally, I play games because I love them, not because I win them.
You got to find Sean, the tournament winner, and he can give you some tips.
Yeah, I might have to do that. Well, Jeff, thank you so much for coming up here today and spending some time with us, showing off the white box, which you can get at your local game store now. And I love talking about Curse Court because it's such a great game.
Awesome, thank you.
And I look forward to all the other stuff coming out of Atlas.
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, absolutely. And for those of you watching, you heard everything here. Make sure you get a copy of the white box. Pick up Curse Court. Start practicing so you can be that winner at your friendly local game stores tournaments. And make sure, again, to follow Atlas Games on all their social media and their website so that you don't miss out on any news and updates for all the great games that they carry. I'm Rick. This is Game Trade Media here at GAMA. And we'll be back real soon with some more amazing content.
Thanks for watching Board Games and Beyond. If you liked it, leave a like and a comment below and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss
them.
You got to find Sean, the tournament winner, and he can give you some tips.
Yeah, I might have to do that. Well, Jeff, thank you so much for coming up here today and spending some time with us, showing off the white box, which you can get at your local game store now. And I love talking about Curse Court because it's such a great game.
Awesome, thank you.
And I look forward to all.
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, absolutely. And for those of you watching, you